After today's story, you're going to see that if you see something, you should most definitely say something. On September 6, 2022, around 3:30 in the morning, a man looked out the front window of his house and he noticed a shady-looking van parked down the street a little ways. Now, being that it was 3:30 in the morning, he thought this was extremely out of place and really odd. After thinking about it for a minute, the man decided he would go ahead and go check out this van and see if there was anybody there that might need help. Maybe they broke down. Whatever it might be, he just wanted to go see what was going on. As he left his house and started walking towards the van, he noticed there was a woman and about 3, maybe 4 children that were walking towards Stony Creek. The man stopped for a second after seeing them and thought he would just go back to his house, that, everything seemed pretty normal. But after a moment, he decided to follow them down, but he wanted to stay a little ways behind, to see exactly what they were doing. It wasn't exactly normal behavior for someone to park their car on the side of the road and just go for a stroll at 3:30 in the morning towards Stony Creek. After a few moments, he followed after them, and as he got closer, he saw that they stopped by a drainage ditch. Once he saw them by the drainage ditch, he called out, and the woman turned around, and she introduced herself as Candace McElwee, and that she just simply ran out of gas and wanted to baptize her children. The man was a little confused by this statement, someone just running out of gas and wanted to baptize their children, but he kind of just wrote it off and wanted to help in any way he can. So he offered Candace to take her down to the nearby gas station to fill up a gas can to get her some gas so she can get to where she was going. Candace accepted his offer and rode with him down to the gas station, filled up the can, and returned back to where her van was. Once they returned, she filled up the tank and immediately drove off without even thanking the man. After she drove off, the man decided this behavior was way too odd to not report to the police. But by the time he had called the police and they arrived on scene, they were not able to locate Candace, her children, or the van anywhere in the immediate area. Later that same morning around 9 a.m., the police received a call from someone claiming to be Candace McElwee's boyfriend, and he stated that he had not seen her or her 2 children that they had together in the past 2 days. He also told the police that, according to the relatives of Candace, that she had picked up her other 2 children who also had not been seen for the past couple of days. Candace's boyfriend also explained to the police that Candace had several mental health issues and that she self-medicated using methamphetamines. Shortly after this call, the police issued a BOLO, or a be on the lookout, for Candace and her 4 children, all driving around in a white van. At 2:43 in the afternoon of this same day, September 6th, the police received another call from somebody who stated that they had seen Candace at North Middleton Township in Cumberland County, which was about 30 miles southwest of where she was last seen. The person that saw Candace also told the police that she spoke with Candace, and Candace had stated to them that one of her children was possessed and they needed to be eliminated. But it was okay because they would be resurrected and all would be right again. The North Middleton Township police responded to this call, and when they arrived on scene, they took Candace and her children into custody. Candace was transported to the station for further questioning about what exactly she was doing and where she had been for the past 2 days with her 4 children. While Candace was being taken down to the station for questioning, the police took her 4 children down to a state police barracks in Carlisle, where a relative would pick up Candace's 4 children. Candace's children were later interviewed over what happened over the past couple of days since their mother had loaded them up into that van. Her children that were aged 12, 10, 7, and 3 helped the police outline exactly what happened over the past 2 days and what her behavior was exactly like. The children told the police that they've been driving around for days, and during this time their mother had said that their father was possessed by the devil and that they were the only true Christians. On the morning of September 6th, when all of these events started to take place, Candace had ran out of gas. And when she ran out of gas, she told her children that she was going to baptize them. She got them all out of the van and led them down towards Stony Creek. Once she was down there, she grabbed one of her children and began to hold her head underwater to baptize them. Candace held her child's head underwater until she started to swallow some water, which prompted Candace to look up to the sky and scream, "We're all going to die." The children also told the police that during these early morning hours, that Candace said that she was seeing half human and half beast beings. And at some point she said to seemingly no one, "Fine, I'll drown my own daughter." After saying this, she grabbed another one of her children and began to hold her underwater until she stopped moving. Fortunately, this child had only passed out, but the moment she passed out, she pulled her out of the water and set her on the ground next to her. At this point, Candace had turned towards her other children that she instructed to start digging a hole and told them to get out of the way so she could bring their sibling over there to place her in the hole. Candace scooped up this child and walked over to the hole and placed her down in it. It was at this moment that the man who had first seen her at 3:30 in the morning had called out to her. This man very well saved that child's life along with Candace's other children, because Candace had told all of her children that she wanted to bury them all under rocks, but it would be okay because they would be resurrected and would appear in heaven. 32-year-old Candace McElwee is currently in custody at Dauphin County Prison awaiting trial. She is facing 2 counts of aggravated assault, 2 counts of attempted murder, and 5 counts of endangering the welfare of a child.